Good morning, Montrose. I am Tonya Maddox, the publisher of the Montrose Daily Press. And in the MDP studios, we have Bud Taylor from the Black Canyon Boys and Girls Club. So we've already had a little bit of laughter going on. Bud says that, he is going to be calm, cool, and collected. But I guarantee all the kids at the Black Canyon Boys and Girls Club would disagree with that, right, Bud?
Yes.
Before we get to chatting with Bud about all things kids and wine, those things should not go together, but there's a reason for that. I would be remiss if I did not thank the good folks at Elevate Fiber. Elevate Fiber, thank you so much for sponsoring Montrose Matters. We could not bring this programming to you without the help of Elevate Fiber. So, Bud, or can I call you Buddy? Is that what the kids call you?
That's what all the kids call me.
We were sitting here reminiscing. And okay, I was reminiscing, and Bud just went along with it. But I said, Bud, do you remember the Cosby Show? He goes, well, of course, because I thought I was aging myself. No. Do you remember when the young daughter just made up her friend's name Bud, and that made me think of you? So the kids know your name is Bud, and they call you Buddy.
Yes. Yep.
And the first time you heard that, you just said, okay.
Sounds good to me. Let's go outside and play, kids.
Basically, they can call you whatever they want if they go outside and play and listen to you.
That's right. Listening to me is the big key.
Wow. So we're going to be coming up on a really big wine and food weekend, right?
Yes.
Tell us about that.
Yeah, it's our annual wine and food. It's the 15th annual one.
It's 15 years?
15 years, okay. Yes. And it's just a weekend full of wine, food, fun, celebration, and that's all to help Boys and Girls Club kids.
You know what's interesting about that, buddy? See, kids, you and I, we got this, What's interesting about the Wine and Food Fest and the 15 years that's been going on, I learned that this is where you get all of your funding. So events such as this, tell us about that, because that's not normal for a Boys and Girls Club. Is that correct?
Right. So we have two major fundraisers, which are the Wine and Food Fest and Crab Crack in November. And that's between those two fundraisers and the grants that we receive, that's the majority of our funding, almost all of it.
So none from the national organization?
No, the national organization doesn't give us any funding.
Wow, so this community truly does support the Black Canyon Boys and Girls Club. I don't think the average person knew that.
Yeah, for you, by you kind of a deal.
Well, then that's an excuse for me to drink a lot of wine this weekend and eat a lot of food, because I know it's going to help.
At the festival, not at your house.
Darn. So is this one of the most fun events? I mean, I know you have the crab event, but do you love this one?
Yes, absolutely. I mean, there's just, with Crab Crack, we're at the pavilion, so we can only reach so many people, but with wine and food, Saturday we'll get over 500 people coming through our doors and just getting to see all the awesome things that are happening. So.
Oh, that is great. And what's your goal for this event? A revenue goal, or you just want people to come out, have a good time, and know that it's a fundraiser?
Yeah, we're just looking for people to come out, have a good time, and get to experience some of the stuff the Boys and Girls Club can do. Well,
then I guess I can do that all day long.
That's right.
We're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, I want you guys to hear Bud's story, because it's really awesome. The Boys and Girls Club is close to his heart. And we got to do a shout out to Amy, because Bud is here hanging out and playing and drinking coffee, but Amy's out there working. We'll be right back.
Here in the heart of beautiful western Colorado, known for its unrivaled outdoor recreation, bountiful harvests, and unparalleled quality of life, changes are being made. Elevate Fiber is transforming the way we work, live, and play by creating exciting new opportunities for local families and businesses. Are you ready?
and welcome back to Montrose Matters. And no, Bud, I'm not going to sing the song or the words to the Cosby Show, okay? I promise. But I bet Sydney will be able to get that track, so you guys just wait on that. So we're talking to Bud Taylor from Black Canyon Boys and Girls Club, and we are talking about the big wine and food fest. We're talking about kids calling him Buddy, and I'm just going to call him out because Bud is sitting here having a good time picking on me, and his wife, Amy, who also happens to work for the Boys and Girls Club, is doing what?
She's actually working right now at the Wine and Food Festival, getting all the volunteers going, and doing a fantastic job, by the way, honey. Keep up the good work.
Oh, that's a good shout out there, okay? That might save that marriage.
That's right.
You might be on cleanup duty, though.
Yeah,
So
that and a donut, so.
I love it. So, Bud, tell us what the Black Canyon Boys and Girls Club means to you, because, you know, I heard a little bit of it, and I was getting a little misty-eyed, but I just tell everybody, because I think that it's a pretty darn cool story.
Absolutely. So when I was a kid, I went to Boys and Girls Club. This is my club, and in 2006 I won Youth of the Year, and I never thought that was a big deal up until I got around more Boys and Girls Club people later on in life, and they thought that was the coolest thing ever, that the Youth of the Year comes back and now runs their Boys and Girls Club.
That is pretty awesome.
So, yeah.
So, okay, are you just a little competitive? Because rumor has it, and if I go back and look at archives, and Sydney, I want you to pull this up, we might have a shot of this photo. Yep. In 1999, there was a picture, and there's a Youth of the Year, but then there's a runner-up. And the runner-up's name was Richard Taylor.
Yes.
Is that you?
That is me. Yep.
So you came back and you're like, okay, I'm going to get this, Youth of the Year. Huh?
Yep, absolutely.
That's great. So how long were you in the Boys and Girls Club, this club here?
So I was a member from 1999 till about 2006.
Oh, okay.
And in that time frame, I was a member and a volunteer and a junior staffer. Went away to college for 4 years, came back, and that's where I met Megan Farley, is at the Wine and Food Fest, and she brought me onto the board of directors, and so I was a board of director for a year, and then stepped into the ED position. So.
At that time in your life, I bet you couldn't even imagine, back in 1999, that this is where you would be today.
No, not at all.
Any regrets?
None. None. No, I absolutely love it. This is great.
We can't tell it all, can we, Montrose?
No.
I am curious, though. So you've seen the club evolve over all of these years. We've got a big anniversary coming up here for the club. What are you the most proud of, or what is it that you want people to know about the club itself and about some of the kids that you've seen go through the program?
I think just the club in general. When I was at the club, we were in the high school, and it was just in the cafeteria, and it was just this really small group of kids with one cabinet of supplies that we could use for whatever we wanted to. And now we're in a huge facility located at Celebration Church. We've got our own classrooms. We've got all sorts of activities going on. In the summertime, one of the biggest differences, we only had a half day during the summer when I was a kid, and now we do full day sessions.
Wow.
And we provide them with breakfast, lunch, and a snack. So just huge growth for this community.
Is amazing. And again, just to remind people, that's what, with the support from this community, with the fundraisers and all of those things, this is not National Boys and Girls Club funds.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Have you seen the need for this club just become greater over the years?
Yes, absolutely. So right now, depending on the day, really, we'll have between 20 and 80 kids on a waiting list just to get into club. And we're limited.
List?
Yeah, we're limited right now just by the size of the building we're in. So we can only take 120 kids every day, and but we need more space so people can come in and hang out with us.
So, Bud, I'm curious, is that indicative of the growth of Montrose, you believe? That, okay.
Yeah, between the growth of Montrose and the need, and actually how affordable our program is. So for the entire after-school program, all 9 months, is only $50.
Wait, $50 a month?
No, for the entire 9 months, it's only $50.
9 months, it's only $50?
Yep, for right after school, the buses drop them off. We give them snack. So 3:30 till 7 o'clock, 5 days a week. Every day school's in, $50 covers all of that.
Who would, wait, first of all, how do you do that? But who would not do that? No wonder you have a waiting list.
Well, again, it's the fundraisers, it's the grants, and the partnerships we have with our local community that make it possible for, all these parents to have jobs and make it work with their kids and get the kids off the streets after school. I mean, it's a great nonprofit to be a part of.
Okay, he's touching all of my buttons here, So, all right, we're going to take a quick break. And when we come back, I want Bud to tell us how the rest of us can get involved and help. And then, give us the times for the Wine and Food Fest. We'll be right back. And welcome back to Montrose Matters. In the MDP studios, we have Bud Taylor from the Black Canyon Boys and Girls Club, and I'm Tonya Maddox, publisher of the Montrose Daily Press. So we were chatting with Bud about just his history with the Boys and Girls Club here locally. And when we took our break, Sydney almost had to bring me over the tissue box, because when we finished, Bud said, we have a waiting list. But I just want you to talk about that a little more, because I don't believe that the average person knows the need that we have here. So it's only $50 for the whole 9 months for the after-school program. And you have a waiting list from anywhere from 100 to maybe 200 people who are trying to get into that program. How long is this list? How long will they need to wait?
People sometimes have to wait up to 2 years to get into this program.
2 years? I don't know about you, Montrose, but that to me sounds like we have a greater need here than the average person knows. So if you've seen people wait for up to 2 years, but they probably have a need within 2 to 6 weeks.
Yes.
What do they do?
They have to go and find a different option. Between private babysitters or grandma and grandpa, or worst case scenario is they move away. We've seen that happen too.
And especially with Montrose trying to really encourage and bring in young families, it makes your program even more, just more important to the growth of this community. So, but let me ask you this. I'm assuming that what it would take for us to fulfill the need so that this waiting list of years goes away would probably be a large building or facility of your own, which would probably mean a capital campaign. Do you foresee that coming down the pike anytime soon?
Time is really relative to a lot of things, but I can tell you that myself and my board are just working diligently on making sure that not only do we have a building, but it's the right building for us.
Right.
Something that the community can be proud of, something that we can sustain, whether it's through donations or through our partnerships, and making sure that everybody, all these nonprofits as well, have a voice to it. I've been working with just different people to see, as a nonprofit, what they need, because if I'm going to build a building for kids, and I've got someone who wants an art gallery, my kids are going to want an art gallery as well. And so why not talk with the adults who've been to art galleries and what they like about the art galleries, or what they like about kitchens or event centers. We want to bring that as one big building for the kids, but more importantly for Montrose as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what's the biggest thing we can do? Like if I said right now I'm committed to helping the Black Canyon Boys and Girls Club, what should I do? Pick up a phone, send an email, all
You
of the
know,
above, come
I
drink
would
wine.
say yes. Come drink wine. Pick up the phone. Give me a call. You know, we've always got stuff going on. You know, other than that, become a shoot me an email, and I'll put you on our monthly newsletter list.
Oh, great. Okay.
So that way you can keep up to date with all of our things happening at Boys and Girls Club, and then we'll keep in touch with you guys. So that way, when something comes down the pipeline that we really need help with, and you say, "I can help with that," then
We're connected.
We can connect.
Good.
So.
All right, so I have the question that I know that everyone is waiting to hear the answer to. So the next big fundraiser that you do, is there going to be another giveaway? Like the Jeep?
No, we do not have another raffle.
Oh, darn. Come on. So if you're looking for ideas for a raffle, if you decide that you want to bring that back, I don't know, vacation in Aspen, a Harley,
okay.
you know, something like that.
Something like that.
You know, Ford F-150, you know.
Okay.
Those are just, you know, some ideas for you all to think about.
There we go. I can give you a sleepover at the club.
Well, if they're calling you buddy, God knows what they're going to call me at this, at this sleepover. Hey, you know, Bud, I have to tell you sincerely, from just the bottom of my heart and from Montrose, thank you so much for becoming the man that you became due to what you experienced with the Black Canyon Boys and Girls Club, and for caring about this community so much to come back and serve it the way that you do. So truly, you are an angel amongst men. So thank you so much. Everyone come out, support the Black Canyon Boys and Girls Club.